Hi guys, so basically the reason this video is coming out a little bit late is because I did not watch that many movies this month. And to be honest, I've just been enjoying the summer, which you guys should be doing too. So after you watch this video, get on out there. And without further ado, here's the video. The only highlights of this movie were the action scenes. I don't know if it was the movie or because I didn't get much sleep, but I was falling asleep during this entire movie. By no means was this a bad movie, but the plot was just as dry as the land. I tried watching the OG Mad Max, but only got like 50 minutes in before I took it off. I was super excited to watch Furiosa, and I've been wanting to rewatch this for a long time, so I'm glad I finally did. There wasn't much to say about this movie. I will definitely be rewatching it soon, because I know to a lot of people this is an amazing movie, but I think I'll just have to rewatch it another time. For me, this was one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and not gonna lie, it disappointed. Same with Mad Max, by no means was this a bad movie. I thought this was awesome. The characters, the cinematography, the costume designs, it was all just so cool. I think I even liked it a little bit better than Fury Road, but it just didn't meet my expectations. I had high hopes for this movie. I wanted it to be one of the best I've seen this year, but I think it was just the second best desert movie I've seen in 2024. I also want to mention, I love when movies are split into acts or chapters. The fifth and final act of the movie was easily the best. It was so badass, and it perfectly sums up Mad Max as a saga. This one I'm definitely going to rewatch as well. Yep, that's about all I have to say for it. So glad I got to see this in theaters. Once again, I went on my lunch break to go watch a Ghibli movie down the street. I expected more from this movie, to be honest, but regardless, I really enjoyed it. Definitely one of my new favorite Ghibli movies. It had everything a short film like this needs. Just a simple plot with likable characters and a touching ending. If you guys haven't checked this one out, I highly recommend it because I think this might be my new favorite Ghibli movie. And I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it. I didn't watch the Marnie movie. I didn't realize that there was two Ghibli movies this month. I didn't realize until it was like the last day of the month, and by that point it was already too late to watch it, so I'm definitely going to watch it for the month of July, but unfortunately I did not watch it in theaters, nor did I watch it the day that it released in theaters, nor did I watch it in the month that it released, but I'll watch it in July. This was awesome. I knew nothing about the real life situation that this movie was about, only heard about it when it was happening. I wanted to watch this movie in theaters when it came out just for fun, but my older brother watched it a few months ago and was recommending it to me again recently. I'll definitely be looking into the real life story closer after this. As far as the movie itself goes, I was surprised to see how many really popular actors and actresses were in this. By no means does this movie have any replay value or will it make sense as years go on, but I enjoyed it, and I think it's a fun movie to watch if you're into like financial, cryptocurrency, stock market, all that stuff. And if you like Paul Dano, I guess. So there you go. I don't really have anything to say about this movie at all. I'm having trouble coming up with a review for it. I mean, it was a fun family movie, but I don't think I'll ever rewatch it. It was alright. I really have nothing bad to say about it. It made me laugh a lot, and I didn't get bored for a single second, but I just didn't care for it. I haven't seen this movie since the release date on Cartoon Network. After I finished my recent rewatch of Steven Universe, I wasn't sure if I wanted to see more because it felt like a perfect conclusion to the series. This really doesn't feel like a canon movie. It feels like a standalone movie that anyone can just watch. It runs down the story and the characters and how they all got to this point. I really enjoyed the movie back then and had the soundtrack on repeat when it came out. I love Steven Universe, so for that reason I love this movie, but I think it could have been something better. It's strange that this movie gave me nostalgia from the time that it came out. Life during that summer was much different, and it made me sad that the show really ended. And now I feel it again. So upsetting that the show even ended. And one more thing I have to say is, how has nobody in Beach City aged except for Steven? I mean, him and Petey were the same age, and that dude has not aged like a single day, so I just think that's kind of weird. I also want to mention that up until this point, I have not watched Steven Universe Future. Now at the time of recording and editing, I have concluded Steven Universe Future, but when I was going through my rewatches, I had not seen Steven Universe Future until recently, so I will be doing a video about that very soon, so stay tuned, I guess. Okay, I don't often do spoiler reviews, but for this next part, I did spoil it a little bit, so just skip to this timestamp if you haven't seen this movie or if you don't care. The rest will be spoiler free. Oh, come on. Why did all three movies end the exact same way? The whole point of the movie was for the protagonist to get her pizza as her last wish, but there could have been so much more to it. Like maybe if there was a better reason for her to get the pizza. There was no reason for her to do all that. I don't want to talk bad about this movie because the other two were extremely good. I watched part 1 3 times and part 2 twice in theaters. I like that this movie showed what it was like when the monsters first came to Earth. It showed it a little bit in part 2, but this movie was a new perspective entirely. And I like to see a relationship even in such a hard time like this. I think the plot was very simple and interesting, but not very good. I feel like the other two movies were about surviving and showing how to do it. And in this movie, it just kind of threw in different scenarios just to drag it out to an hour and a half. I think John Krasinski is doing a good job as a first-time director, and I love Lupita and Joseph as actors and actresses respectively, but I was expecting a little bit more from this one. Also, I'm just now realizing John Krasinski did not even direct this movie, so I can go ahead and say it. This was garbage. Alright, so Mad Max was a 3.5 for me. It was just a little bit above average, but like I said, nothing special to me. Furiosa was almost on the same level, but I think it was just a little bit better. Arrietty was definitely 5-star for me. Like I said, I think it's my new favorite Ghibli movie. Dumb Money was a 4. Like I said, no replay value, but I think it was a fun movie to watch. Inside Out 2 was... What the f***? Why am I saying that like Australian? Inside Out 2 was a 2.5. No replay value. I don't see this movie ever cracking somebody's top Pixar lists, so it was just average. Steven Universe Future was also a 3.5. A little bit above average, but as a standalone movie, I wasn't really a fan of it. If we were ranking Steven Universe as a TV show, it would be high up on this list, but as a movie alone, I don't think it was that great. Next was A Quiet Place. I'm gonna put it as average, just a mid-level 3. I think is fair. I think I liked Inside. You know what? Let's do that. I liked Inside Out 2 a little bit more. I don't think I'll ever be watching A Quiet Place at day one ever again in my life. I think it might have been the worst movie I've seen this month. So that's the list. That's the movies for this month. If you guys did like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next month. See ya.